Position number 5, Mr. Evans.
Good afternoon, Mr. Evans. You have been charged in case 25 CR 002572H with 3 counts of battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Yeah, 7 total. 2023 possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, 2012 simple battery conviction, 2010 burglary first offender.
Mr. Nixon?
Yes, Your Honor. I think the defendant here already has a $10,000 surety bond on count 1 for the battery. State's requesting it remains the same, as well as a $5,000 surety bond for count 2, the battery, and another $5,000 surety bond for count 3. This incident took place April 23rd, 2025. An officer was approached at the Zone 1 precinct located at 2315 Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. The officer met with the victim, LaShonda Bryant, who reported that she had been the victim of an assault. And the victim stated that the defendant, identified as her on-again and off-again boyfriend, the defendant here, physically assaulted her while she was seated in her vehicle. Now, according to Ms. Bryant, the defendant was staying at the residence located at 777 Charlotte Place at the time of the incident. And the victim stated that she drove to the rear of the address at approximately about 11:30 p.m. and honked on her horn to signal Mr. Evans to come outside. Now, the defendant exited the residence, stood at the top of the exterior stairs, and began shouting at her as they engaged in a verbal altercation. The argument escalated, and the defendant descended the stairs in an aggressive manner and approached her vehicle. She stated that the defendant began striking her multiple times through the open driver's side window of her vehicle. He then opened the car door, climbed up on top of her, and continued the battery by delivering additional blows to her face and upper body. Several bystanders reportedly intervened and pulled Mr. Evans off of her, and the victim left the scene and drove herself to the precinct to seek assistance. Now, while there, the officer observed visible injuries consistent with her account, including a swollen lip, a laceration to the interior of her mouth, and a noticeable swelling and bruising to the left side of her face. Our office has spoken to the victim. I believe she is on the Zoom. She stated that they are no longer in a relationship, they don't live together, and that they share no children. The victim stated that she has not had any contact with the defendant since the incident, and the state would ask if you would call for her when appropriate. Additionally, the state is asking for no further contact with the victim, anger awareness, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Ms. Bryant, I see you there. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. If you can raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You can place your hand. Yeah, I can hear you. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Yes, I would just like to tell the court that there haven't been any violent altercation prior to that. The guy had been playing with me, playing with my feelings. So I had paid his phone bill prior to. I went because I had called his phone. He had blocked me, I guess. So I was calling his phone to check on him. I was like, well, let me just go over there and check on him. So by the time I blew the horn, came out, I had told him that, I the phone bill, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I'm just sitting there. I ain't getting out the car. I ain't said, I'm talking to each other. I ain't get out the car not one time. So by the time, when I finally realized that, hey, he coming, I'm trying to roll the window up to avoid him from hitting me, trying to lock the door. Next thing I know, he swung, boom, hit me right on the side of my jaw. Then all of a sudden, he just boom, boom, just hit me. I'm sitting in the car, so I can't defend myself. So I'm like, stop hitting me, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. The guys that was out there who was hanging with him, and I want to thank them for pulling him off of me. Once they pulled him off of me, I proceeded, and I ain't say nothing. I have not called, not said. The only thing I wanted to know from that defendant is why you hit me. Like, you didn't have to put your hands on me. I didn't do anything to cause you to put your hands on me, period. So, went to the police precinct, talked to the officer, waited like 3 hours to talk to an officer there. Seek medical attention. The next proceeded to give me some ice packs for my jaw. My lips was busted. Since then, it has healed. But it's one of them situations where I just wanted to be over with. I don't got time to dwell. I got kids to take care of. And I just wanted to proceed on with my life.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. I appreciate you being here this afternoon. Mr. Chataya?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would urge this court to consider the lowest surety amount possible. My client has strong ties to the community. He is a lifelong resident of Atlanta, and he has family that lives here as well. He's 38 years old. He's been through school as far as the 11th grade. And for the past 10 years, he has worked full-time in landscaping, so he's had stable employment. For those reasons, I would ask the court to consider my recommendation.
Okay, for each charge, it'll be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Bryant. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Your client has his hand up, Mr. Chataya.
Mr. Evans, if you have a question about bonds or bond procedures, you can contact the main line to our office. Otherwise, you just heard from Judge Morrow, you're getting a surety bond. But I strongly recommend that you exercise your right to remain silent and not talk about the case, since these proceedings are recorded and listened to by the prosecutors.
Okay, courtroom 2, if you will unmute there, he seems adamant that he wants to say something.
Yes, I want to say something.
Okay,
Again,
so
I
let me
recommend that you
Miss-
don't, Mr. Evans.
And Mr. Evans, let me just advise you, you have a right to remain silent. Whatever you say can be used against you. You'll have an opportunity at a later date to present your side if you choose to do that. But quite often people want to tell me something and they end up getting themselves into more trouble. Now I can't, if you want to say something, I will listen to you, but you might want to take your lawyer's advice. That's what he's here for.
But all I want to say, what she was saying, that's false. It's the address that she got on there. That is not my house address. That is a store. She pulled up at a store and pulled up and got to argue with some females that I was messing with. The female jumped on her. She put it on me because I didn't want to be with her. So that's the problem right there. So I got a warrant on me for nothing. And I'm just
Okay, so we're not going to litigate this today. Either one of you. No, we're not going to litigate this. Can we have Ms. Bryant go off camera, please? Okay, I've made the bond recommendation or the bond announcement. So
Position number 7, Mr. Graham.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.